Hey guys, Ridiculous Badger coming at you from Planet 545. Let's talk about resisting the weaken effect. It is easier to counter the weaken effect than it is to employ it. It's not exactly clear how much resistance weaken effect counters how much strength and weaken effect. But we do know that as a standard, look, you should have Apocalypse Hull. It's your best all-around hull, and it has resistance weaken effect. At level 20, that's going to be a plus 87. At that plus 87 and nothing else, the enemy will have to deploy 534 strength and weaken effect. We don't have the formula exactly. There are many different theories. Few theories are that you need 10 strength and weaken for every 6.5 resistance weaken. I've heard that one resistance weaken counters 1.5 strength and weaken. I've seen what looks like a logarithmic formula for it. Look, we know that 534 is going to counter your 87 from Apocalypse Hull. So what that means in the end is that in order to deploy strength and weaken effect, in order to come to the table and enter the game, they're going to have to deploy 534 and have the capability to. Otherwise, the loss in regular stats through the usage of strength and weaken effect gear is going to be really damaging to them. I'll show you. So every decent piece of headgear in the game, it's got a positive and some negatives to it. Devastation helmet, positive attack, negative defense, and HP, right? Mini Death Star, again, same. Gift of Valkyrie, the same. A positive and a negative, a positive and a negative, a positive and a negative. But bunny ears are just positives. And that is misleading. Because if you look at this, okay, look, at plus 35, I've got plus 270 the strength and weaken effect. Which, if you get it to a point where it's 400%, notwithstanding resistance weaken effect, then it's amazing. Otherwise, well, look, it's got plus 45 attack, right? Bah, bah. So I don't have anything else at plus 35. But look at this plus 30 is plus 120 crit damage and plus 120 accuracy and minus 32 HP. It's a huge advantage, even at plus 30. At plus 35, this thing is going to be beastly. But it just has plus 45 attack. The thing that you're losing here, which it doesn't even show you, is that this is not a good piece of gear, notwithstanding strength and weaken effect. If you don't achieve full strength and weaken effect, then this is basically a waste of a slot. When you could have something that's, say, or plus 150 more attack than it, or plus a ton more crit damage, it's obscene. You would not want to use this as a helmet just randomly. This is only for a strength and weaken effect set. With the destructions, it's something else entirely. This seems like a decent stat here, plus 120% total crit damage. But once you get to a certain level of crit damage, you're better served by simply having attack. If you have too much more crit damage, it's not really as effective as having less crit damage and more attack. In addition to that, when employing this, you're going to be utilizing strength and weaken effect, so they're not going to do any damage to you, and you're already going to do a ton more damage. So it doesn't really help you. It doesn't provide any accuracy. It doesn't provide enough of a damage bonus such that if you don't have a perfect strength and weaken effect, that it will win the fight for you if you have to rely on the stats of this thing. So really, the fact is the vast majority of people are going to have to deploy a full SWE set. And since they're doing that, they're going to have to go into it, and you're going to have to get that 534 in order to beat the enemy's Apocalypse Hull.